Alright everyone, welcome. Those are my stats for Madhouse. So that way you know how long it took me and whatnot. But yeah, we're gonna start this. Right off the bat, I skip everything up to this point, because those of you that are still here, you've seen all the other videos up to this point, so you saw my entire easy playthrough, so you've already seen where to go from here, and there you go. There was no point in showing it. Yeah, right off the bat, you know, you can already tell the difference from easy difficulty to Madhouse, because I flat out fucking die here in about 2 seconds. Yep, there you go. Death counter 1. Yep, already. Didn't even make it past the guest house and we were already like... Yeah, so... As you can see, this is going to be one hell of an experience. In my opinion, the hardest part, especially considering we already beat easy difficulty and we already got all the rewards, for doing the previous playthrough, right? That being said, I find the hardest part of the game is everything up to the first item box. Everything else is relatively easy. And I know there's probably some of you that are like, wait, what? How can the rest of the game be easier than the opening, well, probably the first, like, hour, maybe. Well, no, like I said, first item box, but depending on how many times you die, you know. So, yeah, you'll see as you watch the other videos why I find this section of the game way more difficult in comparison. Yeah, this fight is also a lot harder because obviously you're on Madhouse and she has a chainsaw and you can barely reload. So yeah, it also doesn't help that I have horrible ass aim. And yeah, we're dead. Yep. If this does not tell you the difference in difficulty, I don't know what does, because like we went the whole game on easy difficulty with no real issues, and now we're like not even an hour in and died twice. Probably like maybe 30 minutes in, really, but maybe not even that, but I don't know. Keep in mind, on Madhouse difficulty, go for headshots on Mia right here. Because, like, and do your best to not miss a single shot, because I cannot emphasize enough that if you miss more than, I would say, probably 2 or 3, you are basically forced to use the axe to kill her. So do as much damage as you can with the pistol, so that way you don't have to resort to the axe, because being that close can be dangerous. You want to... Yeah, it's scary, I know, but that's just kind of how it is. Yeah, you see, I ran out of ammo because I missed a number of shots, so now I have to use the axe. And if she had any more health than she did, I probably would have died again. But I did enough damage to where 2, maybe 3 good hits, like you just saw, done and dusted. So keep that in mind. From this point forward, most of the gameplay is going to be sped up to ×2 now. You know, because obviously all the loot and everything is different, and obviously, especially this stealth section here, trying to avoid Jack, You know, you guys need to see what's going on. So this is gonna, so everything you're seeing now at 2x speed is literally gonna be the rest of the videos. So I don't know how he didn't see me, but I'm glad he didn't. Because he will two hit kill you, maybe 3 if you're lucky on this difficulty. So if you get detected, you're borderline screwed. It's fun listening to them sound like chipmunks. Yeah, he came back over this way. And I tried my best to make a run for it, but he's just too damn quick. Yeah. If he catches you and you don't make it to this room and he hits you twice, he'll kill you. But if you make it to this room, you have a chance. Because you just grab your leg, you heal your leg, and he'll start thrashing around in place, and that gives you enough time for you to open the gate. But you're going to see here that I made a critical error that I didn't make the second time around. But yeah, you'll see.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I went and, well, one, I didn't do the key as fast as I wanted to, and I decided to run away, knowing he was faster than me, instead of just committing to blocking and taking the damage. And then he killed me right as I got back up, so there you go. There's the first issue with that. And I probably could have skipped this, but Jack, at least to my knowledge, is a bit more random in his pattern on Madhouse than he is on Easy, which would make sense. So, and I did my strategy a little bit different, as you can see, so I thought it was worth showing. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend sprinting, obviously, because he usually can hear you sprint, I believe, but standing up, walking, or crouching is fine, obviously. I stayed back here in this corner probably for quite a while. I mean, the gameplay is obviously sped up, so it doesn't look that long, but I was obviously a bit like, oh god, how do I get around him? So I was trying to think of what to do, so you could see that here by me just standing there, because I was expecting him to come around the corner and turn around, and then that would give me time to move up and figure out what to do. And then I got scared and just went back because I'm a bitch, I guess. I don't know. And then I finally just committed.
Where are you?
Yeah, I probably should have waited a bit longer, but you're going to see here in a second that he sees me. Even though he wasn't really on me.
You came to the wrong house, boy.
Yep, same thing. It's scripted that if he catches you in this room, obviously you do the leg thing. So just do the same thing again. I probably should have sped this up, because I don't think this is sped up. Yeah, no. Yeah, this part isn't sped up. I should have sped it up since it's the same thing. But I guess it's probably a good thing that I didn't, so that way you can see more clearly how I kind of stood my ground here while the thing opened instead of just running away. You will probably take a little bit of damage here, but I blocked it. Didn't take that much damage, which is good. Now, alright, so now, with the exception of this fight that we're about to have with Jack here in a little bit, the very first Jack fight, with that being the only real exception, everything from this point onward is a lot easier. And I know there's probably some of you there that are like, wait, what? How does the game just get easier when we just fucking started it? And it's well, let me tell you. The circular saw is what happened. Yeah. You're gonna see I have extra coins, like the universal defense coin and stuff, and I didn't have that in my easy playthrough because I actually forgot, I didn't realize that I didn't have those on PC, but I have them on the PS4 version, and for some reason I never noticed, and I finally did, and I just went ahead and bought them for like $2. And obviously they all have their own, like obviously the defense coin heightens your defense, your attack coin heightens your attack, your reload coin makes you reload faster, etc. So they're basically like stat boosts, but obviously they take up an inventory slot, just like the essence of defense and secrets of defense. Like, you know, it only works when it's on your person. But a majority of the game, I don't think I used these coins that much, so you don't necessarily need them. But if you want, it helps. The Albert, the most powerful handgun in the game, now we have access to that, which is good. That's going to be a big help. Well, actually not really, because we don't really use it that much. But you'll see. Skip to the Jack fight after, you know, since we already did all of our looting and everything. I'm putting the knife away because it's scripted for you to have the knife on your person for you to open that, obviously, but now I can get rid of it. And we're gonna save. Well, we should save anyway, I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah. I got rid of the circular saw because I was gonna rely on the pistol. You're gonna see how that doesn't really work out as much as I hoped it would. Did I really want it to work? Yes, indeed, but it didn't work out.
Hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Now first you need to tell me what you're doing out here alone in the middle of the night.
Me? What about you?
No, it's my job. Won't you do your job and tell me? Answer my questions.
You're not gonna believe me if I told you.
Try. Hey, put that door back. Put that door back. Wait!
Obviously, you're gonna make sure you need to grab that pistol at some point in order to trigger the cutscene where you shoot Jack in the face when he, right before you climb up the ladder.
Fuck it. I'm gonna kill everyone.
And you need to open that to get the car keys. You want to get in the car, but you don't want him to be too close, because if he's too close, he'll pull you out of the car and then he'll get in it. And you don't want that. But easier said than done.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
So he's walking super slow, and then all of a sudden he just speeds up. Headbutts me, I die. Yeah. 4 deaths, and we're already at the very beginning. Right back to the fight. This time I brought the circular saw with me. He can still ignore the stun and grab you at times, like just then. Once you do enough damage, he starts to ignore getting stunned. See, now he's in the car. And the thing is the screwed up part of this is that you do need to do damage to him while he's in the car. It's not like, oh, once you get in the car, it's scripted and you win the fight, basically. Well, aside from the few gunshots you need to shoot at him when he comes out on fire. But this, you need to actually hit him, whether with the saw like I just did, or with the pistol. You need to do damage to him so he can crash the car and get caught on fire. And I screwed up and died. Naturally. So... on Madhouse, do expect to die, because you kind of need to figure out what works for you. Open the damn door, get the car keys. Yeah, see, he was too close and he grabbed me out. And now you see how he says I'm driving, so he's getting in the car. So you basically bypassed the first stage of the fight. Instead of attacking him, you just went straight for the car. So now as long as you dodge the car and you find a way to do damage to him, you're okay. I got a bit hesitant with my attacks, like I could have hit him right there and didn't. So don't hesitate the same way I was, because for some reason during this particular attempt I was hesitating way too damn much. So just do what you can. He's gonna do some drifts if you, which are fairly easy to avoid as long as you're careful. Yeah, like see, like prime opportunities, and I'm not even going for them. But don't be an idiot. Like, I'm not gonna even sugarcoat it. Me not going for those attacks was me being an idiot. I took damage there, and I don't know how. I think he barely clipped me with the car. That right there, I don't know how I didn't get hit, but alright. I did enough damage to him, so now he's gonna come out of the car. It's on fire. Do as much damage as you can, but after you do a certain amount of damage, you need to run away, because it's scripted for him to get a certain distance from the car before it explodes. So yeah, this was about more than enough damage. Ran away. You beat the fight. Took a few trial and errors. Probably could have done that a bit better, obviously, but it worked. And I didn't use any ammo, so that's good. So just grab everything that you can with... because obviously you have the X-ray glasses, so you should be able to see any items. You didn't use the car keys, so discard them, obviously. We're gonna come back there for that antique coin. It only takes a second, so... Alright, so... all this stuff is pretty self-explanatory, obviously. Yeah. Now that you've done the first Jack fight, the saw will down him very quick. So yeah. Yeah, that guy would have killed me in one hit with the health that I had, so yeah, definitely want to kill him. Something to keep in mind is that you had two options. You could either go down to the basement and trigger the next Jack fight. Well, you don't need to trigger the next Jack fight. You just have to go trigger the cutscene where he's like, "He will be a father." Like you'll see. Once you trigger that cutscene, Jack should despawn. I don't know why I didn't go down to trigger that scene to get rid of him for when I do my looting that I'm doing right now. I should have done that first. But considering the saw downs him so quick, it's not 100% necessary. So it's kind of like if you're willing to take a little bit of damage, because I did ultimately, then you'll be fine. But he shouldn't kill you. And if you get really low on health, obviously you just heal, because you don't need to worry about heals, because they do give you plenty. They do give you plenty of heals. They give you more heals than ammo, I feel like, in Madhouse, because they really want you to be good with your ammo conservation and for boss fights, I believe. So again, that's what I feel like. I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. Yeah, that scared. I'm not gonna lie, that just scared the shit out of me just now watching that. Sorry for the background noise. Yeah, we're almost done. We only got about 6 minutes left in the video. So it's all good, you know? Yeah, using that clock, put away some stuff and got the clock pendulum so I can get this dog head right here. Yep, see? Took a little bit of damage, but I'm alright. Now he's back down again. No big deal. Yeah, I would just go ahead and put the dog head in so that way you have the extra inventory space naturally. Psychostimulants, it probably went faster than... I forget if because again, I'm at double the speed. But, like, I would discard the psychostimulants. You don't need them. Because obviously you have the x-ray glasses. The only thing that they're good for is separating him into chem fluid. But even then, they don't really give you a whole lot of separating agent. And there's a number, and when you see on the last few videos, you're going to see I use all of my separating agent except for like one to separate things into strong chem. There's no point in separating things into regular chem unless you absolutely need to. So, yeah. So, psychostimulants for the most part is a big O fat discardo, and at least the way that I play. Yeah, on easy difficulty there's normally a dude there, and there's usually a dude in here, I believe, if my memory serves, so I was you know, being a bit over, you know, prepared, I guess, but you know, right. Now there's gonna be enemies that spawns. Do your best to try to hit them constantly. You have to be very precise with the circular saw. That's the one drawback, because if their head or whatever you're hitting is not right in the middle of the screen where the saw is, you basically miss, and of course they get a hit off on you, and on Madhouse they could kill you. So that's the only drawback with the circular saw, is like you will probably take a number of hits, but you'll ultimately save ammo for later in the game, which is really what you need. So just keep that all in mind. Apologize for hearing my chair in the background. Yeah. Yeah, that's obviously going to reveal the steroids. That's upstairs. You should know where that's at from watching the easy playthrough. It's by the crow key door in the house, so there you go. You're going to be doing a lot of item box runs on Madhouse because of all the looting, so just keep that in mind. This is like, and obviously when you're in your item box, you're going to be thinking about what you need to bring for the next boss fights. So, like, again, That's why I'm showing that to you, is because that's a very important thing to keep in mind. Very important indeed. If I remember correctly, when I was actually recording the gameplay for this, I think I was like heard something, but I wasn't sure. But I don't know if it was overly noticeable in the ×2 speed. But yeah. You don't need to go for bobbleheads now, since we got all of them in the previous playthrough. If you followed along, so that was more of like, I just do it because I like to do it at this point. Yeah. This will be the last item box run for this video, and then the video should cut here in about 2 minutes. Oh wait, no, it's the second to last, because I think we're gonna come back before we go back down to the basement to put away the antique coin. But yeah, thought so. But yeah, so after we put away that stuff, bring the lockpick for the chest, obviously. Do a quick save. Well, really, you could have saved on the next time you go to the item box, really, because I'm gonna go trigger the Jack cutscene, and then I'm gonna come back and do another item box run before going to the boss fight, but that's gonna be cut into the next video, as you'll see in a minute. So really, you could have saved beforehand. Yeah, duck behind the table, but be careful, because sometimes they can still hit you through it because of weird angles and hitboxes, so just be careful. But yeah, just hide behind the table, he'll jump, and then use your saw and you take him down real quick. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Murder this guy as quick as you can. And here there's only one spider dude instead of multiple molded, so he does end up getting a hit off on me, which was unfortunate. Again, because of angles, like I said, but ultimately easy to kill. I just did a quick loot of the situation, and then go in and trigger that cutscene. This is just funny to listen to, him in the chipmunk voice, I swear. Alright, yeah, we got about yeah, this is pretty much over. I'm basically going back up to the item box, and you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna organize and blah blah blah. So the video is basically over, so I will see you guys on the next one, and we will go fight Jack. I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.